Where's the camera at on this thing? This is brand new for me. Is that the camera? Where? Oh, there it is. Hey there, internet. It's me, your friendly neighborhood, hugely successful author. I know what you guys are thinking. Wow, this guy, he hasn't posted a video in a really long time. And that's true. I haven't. I mean, I've published a few books actually. You might remember my first book, The Troubles of Johnny Cannon, that came out in 2014. And then the next one, The Struggles of Johnny Cannon, and then Abrackapow, which came out in hardcover 2016 and in paperback 2017. So obviously I've been incredibly successful. I know. And as a successful author, I gotta tell you, I just haven't had time. I needed my anonymity, to be honest with you. I needed to be able to be on my own, not be hounded by the fans. It's a problem, really, being hounded by the fans. I think that's what inspired Sir Arthur Conan Doyle to write the book The Houndeds of Baskerville. He clearly was also being hounded. It's one of my favorite books, actually, The Houndeds of Baskerville. It's more of a memoir, I think you might say, for Dr. Conan Doyle. It's about escaping your fans. So anyway, so how did I escape my fans? Well, it's actually been quite a journey. Something that I've been forced to do. So the first thing that we did, my wife and I, we said we've got to get away from the whole world of these fans. They're just out there buying books, right? And we don't want that. Books are best kept secret. Your story is best when it's up here. Once it's on paper, it gets all mixed up. So we didn't want people to buy the books anymore. So what we did was the wife and I we got pregnant. Well, both of us actually. My pregnancy turned out to be pizza, but hers was real. And her pregnancy, boy, that she got pregnant, and we were like, this hasn't done anything. The fans are still everywhere. Still, somebody still might find us. So she started getting sick with the pregnancy, which was, she's a real trooper, taking one for the team, getting sick so that we could have to find a specialist, and my big hope was that we'd find a specialist in a place that was far away from any publishing world or fan base, because I tell you, well, once you've signed one book, you've signed a book, and God knows what could have happened after that. I could have had to sign another one. I could have sold like 10 books if I hadn't have had something happen, right? So anyway, she got pregnant and she got sick for us, and I was hoping that we would be moving to someplace like, I don't know, what's the farthest place you can imagine, like Siberia, I guess, or Poughkeepsie or something. But unfortunately, the only specialist we could find was up in this little area called Hermitage, Pennsylvania. So I figured that was at least far enough away from Philly and New York that I could at least escape the fans. So that's what we did. We moved up here in 2017, and thank God too. I got to tell you, it's been great. We actually moved here to Youngstown, Ohio, and it's done wonders. I escaped the fans completely. I haven't encountered a fan once, and that's been nice. Of course, I got the itch last year. Had to write again. It's what we authors do. It's one of the few things that makes a person an author. It's probably the least important thing. besides making YouTube videos and writing tweets and having commentary about politics. I got the itch though. I was gonna write a book about life as a middle-aged squirrel living in the zoo with hemorrhoids, but saw the whole own voices thing on Twitter. Saw that you can't write stories that aren't your story. So decided to not write that story. I wrote a different book last year, sent it to my agent, and you know, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, it won't go anywhere, because I don't need those fans, man. I'm terrified of them. Fans are rabid. Don't need to be hounded like poor Dr. Arthur Sir Conan Pitts Doyle. So yeah, that's what's been happening, you know. I wrote another book. Ooh, that lighting is fantastic. Look at that. So anyway, yeah, I wrote another book. We'll see if anything happens. Other than that, though, my wife and I have been doing this little, like, I want to say it's performance art, I guess. Lighting's going to get real interesting. Anyway, I want to say that we've been doing something called performance art. She doesn't see it that way, but I see it that way. This place that we're living in is famous. Youngstown. It's famous. It's made lots of lists. You know, like lists of it's like 6th most impoverished in the nation and stuff like that. I mean, what more could you ask for, right? So my wife had this idea that she wanted to do something about that. I'm hoping it's because we're trying to keep the fans away. I feel like this is performance art, though. My wife has started this movement, and I'm kind of going along for the ride, as you do, right? Right, guys, you know what I'm talking about, right? As you do, going along for the ride, and so it's been crazy this whole summer. We've been going and picking up the stuff that people don't want anymore, and turning around and getting it into the hands of the quote-unquote needy. It's been fun, I guess. But like I said, I think it's more performance art. I think our neighbors, as you look around our yard, you'll see, you know, I mean, all these things my wife has had us pick up, and we've got 300 pounds of clothes that we've been sorting through. There's like 5 pregnant women who are just belly aching about the fact that they didn't have any clothes or you know, essentials for their babies. And so my wife sorted all this out, put together these care packages for them, gave them bags of clothes and toys and car seats and all this stuff, and some people who couldn't leave their houses for whatever reason, you know. I mean, I don't feel like leaving my house all that often, but they didn't have anything. They didn't have any furniture, which I thought was a nice minimalistic move, but my wife said that wasn't okay. So we gave them tables and chairs and dishes and stuff, and another family, their kid didn't have a bed, which I say is going to toughen them up and give them character, but my wife said that wasn't good, so gave them a box spring, and yeah, just going around picking up all this stuff. You can see my yard, man. Right now we're sorting through all this stuff, and it's great. I'm hoping that the Guggenheim will actually recognize this for the performance art piece that it is. Alright guys, yeah, so I've been gone for a while. Don't know if I'm going to make a whole lot of videos, but hope you guys got the sarcasm in that whole thing. But my wife is doing something amazing, and you know, just over the last month we've picked up thousands of dollars worth of donations and given them to needy people, and clothes into the hands of the poor in Youngstown. You know, if you guys don't know me, I love my wife, and I'm so impressed with what she's able to do. But yeah, that's what we're doing. That's where our heart is. I'm also starting to work with a group here in Youngstown to teach creative writing to underrepresented groups. Hopefully we can start seeing that turn into stories, diverse books, and And I did finish a book, so we'll see what happens with that. But I want to let you guys know how life's going over here with the Campbell family. You know, you can always follow me on Instagram. I'm real active over there. Twitter, not so much. And my newsletter goes out when I feel like it, which I think hasn't been this year at all. Buy my books, it'd be great. If you want to support what we're doing here in Youngstown, I'm getting stuff from people who don't need it anymore to people who could need it a whole lot. I'll have the link to our GoFundMe to fund moving trucks and things like that in the description. And you guys are awesome. Thanks for always supporting us and always being there and being those fans who have read my books and who have supported my family. You guys are awesome. Thanks. Bye.